Welcome back to the Youth Academy Road to Glory. As you can see from the news article, or could see from the news article that changed annoyingly, we were denied an equaliser against Swansea City by Stephen Bender and unfortunately picked up defeat against Swansea at the end of the last episode. Today, we are in the playoffs with a game in hand, although we also play 7th, 8th and 9th. No, 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th today. So some rather important games when it comes to seeing whether we are or are not playoff potential this season. Could close the gap actually on Sheffield United and Leicester City at the top end of the table. Brentford, after losing on match day 10, bounced back with a victory to maintain their lead at the top of the table, and they look very, very strong. No surprise in the teams that are currently fielding those top 3 spots. But we start at home against QPR and we'll sim that straight off the bat. And hopefully we can get victory to kick us off today, to start in the same manner in which we did yesterday, which was a 1-0 win against local rivals Derby County. That's annoying! Why are QPR also in white? Bugger! Okay, never mind. I could have changed their kit. I didn't think I'd have to. I thought they might play in blue, or their dots might be blue. Their dots aren't blue. I could change it to squares, but circles versus squares on the pitch just doesn't make sense for my eyes. I don't like it. So, I'll show you the bare minimum of this QPR game, because I've no idea who's going which way at the moment. And then we'll play the games against those that are around us in the playoff places. And then we've got Middlesbrough Sim as the penultimate game of the day, I believe. The ball is in the back of the net there, but I think it was... Well, no, our goalkeeper plays in green. I think actually it might have been them that scored that. Thankfully, it's not going to count. Brilliant goal for Queen's Park Rangers. Christoph Piontek up top. Are you sure? Jeez Louise, the quality they've got then, stat-wise. It's been one-way action so far. Unfortunately, it seems, despite looking like a snow globe on the pitch, it's all been weighted and gravity's been pulling the ball and the snowflake dots towards my goal, annoyingly, in that first half. We got a pen. What's happening? We got a pen! We got a pen! We got a pen! We got a pen! Come on then, Salinas, to equalise from the spot. Salinas. Put my last couple top right. And the keeper's not done his research. We are level at Patreon Park. And apparently none of the fans want to make a single noise. They're all jumping around mutely. Good pen though. Nice. Go on, Kai. You're about to come off. Kai Connick is the right back. Kai! Might well... Sub. Yep, I've just taken him off for Logan Brown. But he might well have just won us the game with just 4 minutes to go. Well, turns out they didn't turn the snow globe upside down. And what was weighted one way in one half stayed weighted that way in the second. And despite them taking the lead at the end of the first half, we've had the better second half. Although they do have a free kick in a very dangerous position here with seconds to go, which we have cleared well and will win. Wow. A second half turnaround, penalty scored, and then Kai Connick with the last touch of his game as Norwich beat Hull in the chase for the playoffs behind us and bring themselves into the playoffs with that victory. It's game on for the playoffs with a number of us. He's still 72 rated, Philip Novak. Still unsure whether that is the right deal or not. A loan to buy for Roche? Absolutely not. If you will do a short-term loan, though, you can have him. Hull City with Mark Rayleigh Cayard in goal. Cyrus Christie at right back. Sean McLaughlin, Gonzalo Perez, Mateus Pereira. In a 4-4-2, Ozan Tufan in the midfield, of course. Estupinian up top is 75 or 76 rated. Teta is 74. They've got a really good side, Hull. It's no surprise that they're challenging for promotion this year because their 11 is one of the best we've faced so far. Hopefully, though, we can get the better of them. It's not going to be... No game this season is really going to be that easy, to be honest. The Championship has been a notable step up in quality from League One. That said, we are dealing with that step up in quality pretty well so far. Although, sometimes it doesn't go quite as well as you hope it might. Ozan Tufan with a goal from distance for my former team. We, of course... Did I have a Hull shot? I did. We, of course, played with Hull back on FIFA 21, I want to say. And that just moved away from the keeper at the last minute, didn't it? 1-0 down at the MKM Stadium. Nice touch by Knox to get away from the charging defender. Edwards and Samaras to Lavery, who gets the start here. A couple of players rotated out because of the closeness in nature of the fixtures between the Queen's Park Rangers game and this one. Teta is in behind here. And it was very nearly 2-0 Hull inside 8 minutes. First goal was particularly impressive. The assist for that one would have been the impressive side of it. Thankfully, the save was good too. Knox. There is Kai. He and Salinas on a goal-scoring streak of 1. Trying to get that fan objective ticked of 5 in a row. We got as far as 3 with Kai earlier in the season. I certainly hope someone scores in this game. And I'm not too bothered who it is, provided they're wearing red and not orange and black. Although still, those in orange and black look more likely. Oscar through the gap to Teta. In again. Denied again. Ruben Richardson growing nicely continually here this season, up to 74 rated now. Trying desperately to get us to the Premier League. Well, we need to come back from 1-0 down here, and they nearly made it 2, but thankfully a defender was in the way. Another corner. Slater into the middle. Flicked on and tipped over again. Hull are good, lads. Don't know whether you noticed. Slater again from the corner. And flicked on again. Oh! I asked him for the clearance when he swung and then stopped. Little bit of panic, I'll be honest. Slater and Ozan Tufan. Done it once, trying to do it again. Is Sayed Manesh down the wing. Back to Cyrus Christie. Where's the right man going to go? He's going to find Teta. Well, to say that has been coming would be an understatement. 2-0 Hull City. And on the back of the final game yesterday, losing to Swansea, we might be losing our next played game too. 10 shots they've had in that first half. 10. Whoa. I'm getting battered here. This is exactly what Swansea did to me, only they found the back of the net for a second time, and they've basically done all that Swansea did to me in 2 halves in 1. If we can pull something out the bag in this second 45, I would be particularly thankful. But given the first half's evidence, I don't know how confident of that I actually might be. Teta through to Estupiñán. Oh, brilliant save. I thought that was going into the back of the net, and that was going to be 3. Corner for Hull City. Cynic to take it. They've been good from all their set pieces so far, and they create yet another chance from it. But no third goal. 2 is perhaps recoverable, provided we pull our finger out. 3 certainly isn't. Oh, God. Touch is awful. Tejas Pereira. Is he onside there, Cynic? He was. Estupiñán is 2, and that's 3-0. You can have the points, Hull. You are better than me. Anything sums up this afternoon, it's that. Oh, and then to concede from it would just put the icing on the cake, but thankfully we've been able to get rid of it. We've been well and truly mauled by the Tigers in the northeast. This has not been even remotely close to a competitive tie, and we're handsomely, comfortably beaten here by Hull City. Oh, God. And we must be better against the other teams that we play today, because against a playoff challenging rival, to be that bad against them is not something we can replicate more than once. Jack Bonham in goal for Stoke. They are level on points with us in the league. And after the embarrassing, to be fair, defeat against Hull, they had 19 shots, Hull City. How they only scored 3 goals, I'm not sure. I think Ruben Richardson had a lot to do with that. Wright Phillips on the left and Dow on the right. Melajoni at cam. Only 2 changes for me. Bit of fatigue from players that were away on international duty. Kai Connick has been called up for Wales now. So he's developed well enough to become an international player, which is good for him and great for the story of the save. Not necessarily great for me, though, because he's come back tired from said international duty. And Murphy has also been playing international football for Northern Ireland as well. So he was a little bit tired. And Gibbons starts alongside Mitch Bakker at centre-back. Logan Brown is a certainly high-quality enough replacement. And Gibbons ain't bad either, so we shouldn't be too much weakened by the changes, and hopefully, you never know, it might work out positively for us. Logan Brown trying to set up Salinas for maybe an opening goal, but not like that. Brown, that's a lovely ball out wide to Wright Phillips, breaching the offside trap and dribbling his way inside nicely, and it's a smart save down low by Richardson, because that was travelling twice. Jacob Brown denied an opening goal. Edwards again. He's beating his man really nicely. I've got nobody in the box to get this to, though. Logan Brown is arriving. Is Salinas. Brilliant save by the keeper. Brown with a header. Salinas again. And swishes at it, and it doesn't get a connection. Samaras wins that header. I can't challenge for that one. And we will not take an opening goal, but don't ask me how. Oh, he spun me brilliantly there, Jacob Brown. He's away. And that's a wonderful goal. Individual genius and brilliance. And unfortunately, we trail away from home again here in the top half of the championship. It's all about the movement to spin the defender, and the quality on the finish was outrageous. That turn is excellent. And take nothing away from the finish as well. Edge of the box, 2 defenders on him, underside of the bar and down into the side netting. Emphatic is the word. Maybe I shouldn't have. We've still got it. Little dink. Oh, Salinas! It's on target at least, but no power behind it. We will trail by a goal to nil at half-time. That was a much better half than the one against Hull. Much better half. We're still losing, but significantly very much so in this game. Turns out, Championship is proving to be more of a challenge than we thought it might be. I hoped it would be a challenge, and such it is proving. But at least it's a challenge where we're looking like we might stand a chance of playing for something at the end of the season. Not so much of a challenge that we're just in mid-table obscurity and the season is over by the end of February type season. So I have a funny feeling we may well have, as is almost always weirdly the case, something to play for on the final day. Ferreira. Audrey Lawrence, this is getting more and more positive now. Come on, we might need to play a little bit of rugby. Oh, Salinas, a brilliant turn. Yes, Salinas. We are level at the Britannia. It's the first time for a little while that we've scored in a played game. Nothing against Hull, nothing against Swansea, something against Stoke. Maybe even points to go with it. Ferreira. Brown. Again, Rodri's getting in behind. And it's Salinas that's in the middle. It's Salinas we could find! We do! He scored again! Salinas is the best aerial player we have in the team at the moment, because he always tends to get there. It's not the tallest player we've got. It's not got the most powerful header of anyone we've got. But he is consistent. Brilliant leap and just guiding it on. Doesn't need a lot of power there. Just redirect it, which he's done superbly. And with a brace, we've turned it around at the Britannia. Get in. This would be a massive victory on the back of our recent inconsistent form. And Brown, look at the run. It's Samaras from deep. And Salinas is here. Oh my God, Salinas for the perfect hat-trick. No! One with his head, one with his left. No hat-trick goal, nor is it perfect. Oh, that was the chance to achieve last year's fan objective that we haven't quite been able to take. Kai's calling for it. Kai might be found across his paw. It will be a 2-1 win. I'll take any win I can get at the moment. 3 points for the boys that we can take back to Patreon Park and hopefully build upon next time around. Another very even game. It's such a competitive division, it seems, the Championship this year. I believe we still have no Yeah, we do still have a game in hand on some. Norwich have played 14. So we're into the playoffs now. We're on 25 and top of the table is a full 7 points away. 6 to Brentford and 5 to Sheffield United. The 3 of them look like they're going to be the trio challenging for the 2 automatic promotion spots. At the minute, we're only 2 points inside the playoffs, and I believe it's 6th place Norwich that we have next. No, it's the sim against Middlesbrough, who, to be fair, are on the same amount of bloody points as Norwich, so it's not going to get any easier. Rangers want Scott to play some more football, and to be fair, with the nature of the fixture list, he might get some more in the next game. I will throw him in then for the sim against Middlesbrough, but it will be a sim against Middlesbrough before we play Norwich. Everybody in the outfield, other than the right mid, is 74 to 77 rated. Holy bejeebus. We are not going to have much of a fun time in this one, are we? Simming then against Middlesbrough as they are away from home coming to Patreon Park. But wow, what a starting 11 they have. Somehow outside the playoffs so far. And if a team that good can be outside the playoffs a quarter of the way through the season, that just shows the level of competitiveness in this division this season. And despite a couple of recent defeats, highlights how good a job we're doing ourselves in keeping in the playoff picture to this point. If everybody that is as good as Middlesbrough performs to their maximum, though, by the end of the season, I might fancy us to drop out of the playoffs. But we'll fight tooth and nail to stay in there as long as we can. Pushing a lot of men forward here, Middlesbrough. They've got a man over and they've missed the clearest opportunity, most clear-cut, biggest chance of the whole game. Could even have played one more pass there. He had such support on the left-hand side. Went for the... I'm not going to take that free kick, actually. I'll just see what they can do from open play. We could have lost it late on. We might yet win it late on. In fact, we will do neither, and it'll be a 0-0 draw against Middlesbrough. Keeps them behind us at least. Not sure if that maybe was the game in hand during the middle of the week. Think it might well have been. Sheffield United still to play, although it looks like they're going to be playing 13th, or no, 10th place Preston or Derby. There's still quite a few on 13 actually, but of the teams at the top, the teams that could potentially catch us, everybody has played their 14th match day. So we are still in the playoffs as it stands, although there's only a couple of days till another giant game, this time against Norwich City. And then it's bloody Brentford at the beginning of the next month. What a run of fixtures this has been. Norwich's team is better than Middlesbrough's was, believe it or not. Andre Lunin in goal at 80 rated. Nicholas Jackson and Fabio Silva up top are both 81. This is the calibre of squad that should be still in the Premier League, really. Nunez is in the late 70s. McCallum is 78. Mumba's 78. Solis 77. Incredible team for Norwich here. If ever we were going to lose a game on paper and then transform that onto a defeat on grass, this would be it. Norwich, outrageous. Absolutely the best team we've played so far. Like I said a moment ago, this run of fixtures is unbelievable. The quality, oh my God, oh my God. Still it hasn't gone in. I think just, oh my God, probably is enough there, isn't it? The pictures showed you enough. If that's what we're up against in this game, we don't stand a blooming chance. Nicely intercepted by Baka. You'll notice that Solis only has hair and no face. That is only a thing on this camera angle. And via the replay cameras, he actually does have a face. So forgive that, I'm afraid. We're literally just talking on Twitch chat about bugs and why I play on console and not PC. And then immediately, as we go into the very next game, there's a player without a face. Oh, never mind. Ferreira. Nice run by Rodri Lawrence. And support was there if his touch was good enough to find it. Fabio Silva can't find a way through. It's Baka finds Samaras. Tell you what, we are as competitive here as we have been against anyone this season. And Koikonic's turn. Lack of finish means that we don't have a goal to go in front. It was brilliantly worked. Just missed that finishing touch. Still 0-0 and still Norwich with the higher quality of player are the more likely to score. And they keep me pinned in as I just can't get rid of it sometimes. Don't foul him. Bumped off it there, Fabio Silva. Brilliant save by Ruben Richardson to deny Solis the goal to give them the opening lead. Nunez takes it short to Solis. He's in the box now and tackled. And another corner for them. Nunez delivers and not necessarily away. Backer still not necessarily away. Nunez. Where's he going? All the way around? No, Fabio Silva. Solis! Tipped over again. Constant Norwich pressure. Here's another corner. Kieran Dowell takes it short. Sam McCallum, the fullback. Back to Gibbs. Probably not going to be the man to power that in from there. Jackson could. Solis certainly could. Jackson again. Still no goal. Ruben Richardson is a monster today. Nunez with a corner again. McCallum into the box. Gibbs. It's opened up for him. Gibbs into the middle. Solis over the bar. There you go, look. Confirmation. He does have a face, but no goal. Well up, Logan. Great header. Edwards will go for the switch. Oh, was meant for Rodri, but never mind. Rodri's run off the pitch. Come on, Rodri. Stay at least on the field of play, pal. Logan Brown played in. Here comes the right back, Ferreira. You know who's there at the back post. Oh, he made the dart to the near. Just as I committed to the deep cross, he went for the short one. Salinas. It's Samaras. It's 1-0 to the Cheese! The Phoenix take the lead through an unlikely source. Samaras gives us the advantage here in a giant game in the playoff promotion push. Norwich, the best team we've played all season on paper, but they won't beat us here unless they pull out the most dramatic of turnarounds. Samaras does enough. Andre Lunin, the former Real Madrid man, beaten. And we might just have 3 points at home. Time is gone now, and that corner will be ours. And as a result, so will all 3 points. Doesn't matter where this goes, we're going to get the win. Got it back inside if I can. It'll fall free here to Castro. And Rodri Lawrence could bring that down and maybe end the game with a flourish. But no, that's game. That's 3 points. And just as it was a crucial turnaround victory against Stoke, to have pulled out the 1-0 win there against Norwich is equally as important in our push for the playoffs. Still don't think we're going to be anywhere near 13 shots they had. Oh, we definitely were lucky to get the victory and certainly didn't deserve the win. Norwich probably deserved at least something from the game, but they won't get anything from it. And we are 5th in the league after 15 games. Middlesbrough, with their game in hand, can come to within 2 points of us, but as it stands, we are 3 points just inside the playoffs. Hull there with us, Stoke still there or thereabouts. Similarly, Middlesbrough and Norwich, so important. West Brom now take the lead at the top of the table and have a game in hand too. Brentford in second are our next opponents, 5 points clear of us. It's not going to get any easier with this particular run of fixtures. Then it's Luton Town after that, as we push into the month of November next, question mark? Yeah. Brentford, Luton, Reading, West Brom and Millwall. So 2 of the top 2 in the next episode. And then we'll have to decide out of Luton, Reading and Millwall which one we play and which 2 we sim. But certainly Brentford and West Brom will be the 2 that we play, or 2 of the 3 that we play. To give you an idea of what the youth squad looks like at the minute, Case has actually completed his change to a cam now. Changes him to a 62. But still not looking that promising. Try and get his passing up if we can. So the youth squad looks all right, but still certainly needs some improvement. I want that worldy player to come through the youth system, but it hasn't happened as of yet this year. My scouts arguably letting me down. Never mind, we are challenging for playoffs, and I mean, with the top 2 to play, still only going to be challenging for playoffs. This run of form, or run of fixtures even, has been brutal, but we're getting some good results. I'll see you tomorrow for more. Ta-ta.